What's up? Let's go. Are we live? I'm a little late today. Dang. Yep. Just a couple minutes late. My bad, guys. I really apologize for that. I am trying to set some stuff up here that I usually don't. What's up, man? Everyone in the chat. Guys, I have to say, in regards to gaming, I am extremely hyped. You guys have no clue. We have a lot of cool stuff happening here. I mean, I even know some stuff you guys don't that's coming out here soon. So I'm really excited. We got a lot of cool stuff. And man, oh man, what's up to everybody? I love this music, man. We're changing it up today. We're putting on a little different music. Hold on, let me put it a little louder. I like this little song. Feels like you're riding high. I just need like the lighter, right? How do they do it? I don't know. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Good to see you guys here today, man. Thank you for joining me yet on another Saturday today. We're just going to hang out. We're going to have some fun. We're doing another game giveaway today. We're going to give out Katamari. What is it? Katamari Damacy. We're giving that one out today. And yeah, man, we're going to have some fun today. Today should be a good one. Let me say what's up to you guys in the chat. How's it going to Moon Amon? How's it going, you two? I hope you're doing well. It's been a couple weeks, I think, since you guys have been hanging out. Well, you have hanged out with us. So good to see you guys here today. We got John in the house. What's up, my man? John, it's been a while, brother. I hope you're surviving out here in the desert like I am, man. I'm struggling. We got Kamarly. What's up, Kamarly? Shane. What's up, both of you guys? I hope you're doing well, Shane. Shane, I have to say, your little tyke, man. He's a cutie. Your family, man. Cute kids. I don't know where they get it from, man, because I don't think they get it from you, my man. It's got to be all the mom. Yo, what's up, Jack? What's up, my man? Good to see you. We got Volt. Wait, how do I say it? I'm just going to call you VTech. What's up, VTech? How's it going, my man? Let's keep it going. Who else we got in the chat? Oh my God, you guys have been having all these conversations, man. Trying to catch up to all the new people. We got the Extremist. What's up, Extremist? Lars, good to see you, Lars. I hope you're doing really well, my man. Chariot Man Gaming, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. Chariot, have you been playing any 2K on the Switch, man? I was playing a little bit last night, having a little bit of fun. Some nostalgia for me. Yo, what's up, Sonic? How's it going? Is cold in AZ? No, I keep it really cold in my place. I keep it really cold here. I have to pretend like I'm not living in the desert or I get too depressed. Don't be surprised I move in the next couple of years. Like, I'm just out of there. I'm out of here. This desert drives me nuts. What's up, Uncanny? Good to see you, my man. Gary, how's it going? What Stadia games are you playing lately? I've been playing Madden. Been playing some Madden. I've been hopping on Dead by Daylight. I've been switching between Dead by Daylight on the PC and then on Stadia because it's weird. You can't change the gamma in that game. You can't change the gamma. So it's like because I'm so mobile where I live, like in regards to my place, sometimes I'm out there in the living room playing with my little brother. And then sometimes I'm playing in here. When I'm in here, I mostly just do my PC stuff. But when I'm over there in the living room, I'm using my Chromebook. I'm using my my other computer, and I'm playing Stadia over there. So I'm going like back and forth. I've been playing Madden because the football season's out. I'm a big football guy. What's up, Jeff? Good to see you. Romello. Jason, what's up? Good evening from the UK. If you guys missed out, there's a promotion apparently where some of you guys from the UK are able to get free Premier editions if you've been out of Stadia Pro. I haven't talked about it yet in a video. I've kind of waited. I've been waiting to see if it like comes out to other countries, but man. What's up, Jack? Man, your voice is perfect for a podcast. Thank you. Alucard, what's up, Alucard? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, these are the Arctic peas. Sonny, any news about a racing wheel? No, there's no news on any racing wheels, but they are messing with the inputs over there at Stadia, so don't be surprised you start to see a lot more support here soon. What are you guys talking about? Calamari? I don't even know what that is. John, you said you've been working on a project and you're winking. Okay, is it something that has something to do with what we would know, or what do you mean? Yo, what's up, Fox? Like your new setup. Thank you for that, man. Uncanny says, any news on X Defiance release date? There's been no news on that yet, man. No news on that. I think people have been saying it's going to come out next year. But honestly, I hopped in the beta and it felt really good to me. Like it felt pretty polished. I mean, I don't think I dealt with a single bug But who knows, you know? And the thing is, when you roll out a beta, typically that build is already old. So I feel like it would come sooner, but that's just me off of my experience. KB, what's up, KB? How's it going? I want to take this Saturday, this stream, a little different than the last couple Saturdays, because the last couple Saturdays we've been debating left and right about just cloud services in general, and I know KB's been the main man I've been going back and forth with. I think today we're just gonna mellow out. We're gonna relax. Let's just talk about all the good stuff going around, and hopefully I become a little less debatey today. Lars is traveling this weekend in Spain. So amazing. I just bought my controller and playing without problem. Stadia cloud gaming is pure magic. Yes, I completely agree. I mean, I've been playing Madden mostly mobile on my phone, and it's just amazing how good the tech is. It's insane. Like, I'm sitting here playing this, in my opinion, I think it's a high quality game on Stadia. I mean, it's not the next gen version, but I'm having a blast. And it's amazing because how many downloads are happening from people who are like using the Madden version of the mobile version, and they're trying to play like a football game, and they don't know that there was like a free weekend where they could have played Madden on Stadia. Like, it's crazy. John says, we started building our new house further north to get out of the radiation belt. I don't know what you mean by the radiation belt, but I actually want to hear about this. I'm going to DM you about this because I want to hear about that. Me and we've been looking for houses for a while, to the point where I might be moving away from Arizona because it's so bad. So I'd be curious to see what's going on with you on that, man. Amazon Luna is being advertised on T-Mobile Tuesdays, offering T-Mobile and Metro users 25% off the Luna controller and 7-day free trial on Luna Plus. Oh, okay, that's cool. I didn't know about that. You'll have to somebody can send me a link on that on Discord, because I have not seen that. It's rare when you guys give me some news I haven't seen. I like it. I haven't seen that one. I want to check that out. I'm guessing it's just one of those simple promotions. What's up, SSR? How's it going? How do you not know what calamari is? Is that like a sea creature that comes from shells? Because if it is, I'm allergic, as I was told a year ago. And I had been eating shrimp all my life, and all of a sudden the guy goes, I'm gonna say Sonny. My real name is Josh. Sonny, you're allergic to stuff in shells. I was like, oh, that's a bummer. So I haven't eaten a single thing since. That was like a year and a half ago. Yo, what's up, Eddie? Eddie, my man, good to see you, my man. I hope you and the family are doing well. Beautiful babies, by the way. Beautiful family. I mean, you and the missus, you and the missus poop out some gorgeous looking kids, man. And it's because you're so good looking yourself. The wife is. So congratulations, Eddie, and I hope you're doing well. Interesting. Catton says, anything about EA's Project Atlas? No, I haven't heard anything about that, but I do have some information. Hold on, give me a second, guys. I'm losing my voice. I do have some information about EA in regards to something that was brought to my attention about a week ago, and I want to bring that up. So we'll talk about that in a video here pretty soon. Maybe tomorrow I'll have that video out for you guys, but I've been wanting to talk about it. Calamari is an Italian squid dish. Also, bad joke by me hearing the game giveaway name. Yeah. Okay, I didn't know about that. Yo, Eddie, thank you for the 5, my man. Really appreciate that. So you guys are saying calamari is cooked squid or octopus? Yeah, no. That's not going in my no. I'm not eating that. No. I'm not eating anything like that. That sounds awful. Squid is delicious? No. I don't care how delicious it is. The texture of that stuff freaks me out. I am an extremely picky eater. It's so bad, actually. I actually, this is a true story. Mexico, 10 years ago, I was but a, guy in his like early 20s, going on his mid 20s, been living in the United States. This is how I always like to tell you guys about how I know so much about Mexico, because I lived there for so long. And I was definitely looked down upon as like this spoiled American, because I went down there and you know, they eat stuff that I don't eat, you know, dishes they prepare that I've never even saw. And I am just picky as heck, man. If I see the texture off or something, or I smell something and it's off, I'm out. And so that's just me. I've changed a lot more since then. Like, and it's funny because I'm telling you this story real quick, just because I had to adapt, because I was down in Mexico for over 6 months, 6 to 8 months. I was helping my grandmother, who, you know, they needed medicine and stuff like that, and they didn't know how to take their medicine. A lot of people down there where I'm from don't actually even, especially the older generations, they don't even know how to read. So I was out there helping my grandma and my grandpa, and I had to adapt, man. I was like eating eggs from the chickens that we had that were laying it. So it was like I was roughing it out. I remember like when I was a child, the water pump broke and we had to collect rainwater to take a bath. So I got some good memories from Mexico, but I loved every moment. Like some of my happiest times, I'm saying all this, and some of my happiest times have been when I was in Mexico, because the way of living like there is just different mindset. You know, it's not a rat race. It's more like calm. People are just taking in the air. People are working more to live than living to work, if that makes any sense. So anyways, I went on a tangent, but thank you guys for joining me today. And thank you, Eddie, for the 5. Really appreciate that, guys. Real name is Josh. Yes, my real name is Josh. But wait, especially if the octopus is allegedly alive and tries to hang on with his tentacles inside your mouth. What are you talking about, Bob Joe? Is that a thing? Is that a real thing right now? What do you mean? Are you trolling me? What do you mean alive? Who eats this stuff alive? My name at this point is practically Sunny. I mean, I think everybody calls me that, and I've accepted my name as Sunny. I've been going by Sunny for more than a decade, though. So it's my second name now. So my original gamer name was I think it was Sunshine. I was called Sunshine, and then it just transitioned into Sunny little by little. It would be, it's been a combination between yeah, because my name would be, my gamer tag would be Sunnyside. Now it's just Sunny, so it's just easier. People at your job call you Rouster. Oh shoot. You know, that's funny. There isn't a lot of people's real name that's Sunny. I'm planning to get a dog here in the next couple of years, and I already am going to call it Sunny. I've already. So there will be an official Sunny. He'll be the mascot of the channel, so I'm excited for that. Bob, you said you saw a video of people doing that a few years ago. Wow, that's crazy, guys. Legit. There is some good stuff coming out next month for Stadia. I heard about some stuff, and here's the thing. Sometimes when I get told about things coming out next month, here's the thing. I've noticed this. I've started to notice this more prevalent. For a lot of you who wonder why Stadia, by the way, going back to the Stadia topic real quick, a lot of you guys are wondering why we don't hear news ahead of time on games. And you're like, well, why don't we get an announcement ahead of time? By the way, one of my main frustrations, I've never hidden that fact. I would love to know ahead of time if the game's coming to Stadia or not. But I have noticed, especially within the last 4 months, and you guys have even seen it with things like Ark Survival, the games are set to come for Stadia, but they see delays. And one game that was supposed to come is, I'm drawing a blank right now, Super Animal Royale. I think we were supposed to see that some time ago already, and they've delayed it. So this is one of the reasons why we never get those announcements right away. But I definitely heard about some stuff for next month, and that you guys don't know about yet, and I'm super excited. I'm super excited, but I'm getting to the point now too, though, where now this has happened a couple times where I hear about something, and it does come out, but even I don't want to say anything or even tease anything or tell you guys anything, because it's like it does get delayed so many times now. So, but this seems a little bit more concrete, so that's why I'm telling you guys. So I'm excited for next month is going to be insanely stacked, because I think we just found out a bunch of the games from Outrights are going to be coming out next month, and we have Falconeer. We have what the pro games are going to be, and then all the big AAA games coming out, mostly from Ubisoft. But these are some excellent looking games. So guys, it's almost kind of frustrating because it's like, what's coming out in November and what's coming out in December? So it's going to be really interesting. Mafia GTA. No, it's not going to be Mafia or GTA. Hardware upgrades? No, not hardware upgrades. Define good game. Really good games. See, I can't be any more specific than that. Let's just say it's going to be a pretty stacked month. It's going to be a pretty stacked month, and it's going to be awesome. And Stadia is not the only one. There's going to be a lot of good stuff coming out for all the cloud services next month as well. Red Stick Atheist says, still looking for wrestling and tennis games to drop hopefully one day. For sure, man. I am with you. We do have a wrestling game. If you're talking about Stadia specifically, there is the arcade the WWE 2K Battlegrounds. So there is something there. But you mean like the old the 2K version, right? Of the last couple years. Yeah, I'm with you on that. All right, I'm setting up the giveaway right now. Let me finish last week's giveaway. It's still up. Let me make sure we have enough tickets. So today we are making sure, by the way, if you guys are a member on the channel, you get extra tickets for today's giveaway. I have been upping the tickets every single week because you guys have not been winning at the members, which is great. Like, I love that the subscribers and members all have a chance at winning. But it's been like, we're like on a 5-week streak now. I want to say 5 or 6 weeks where a member has yet to win one of the giveaways. So I've been upping the ante over and over again, and it's just not working out. So let me go ahead real quick and see if we have enough tickets here. Okay, we're gonna add one more ticket to the group now. So we got this. So now you guys should get a total of 5 tickets if you're a member. And if you're a subscriber and you're watching, let's just say you guys have been winning like every week, and you have 1 ticket, and so you all have a chance to win. So I'm giving everybody a chance to win. All right, let's do this. Let's start this bad boy up, and there we go. There we go. Hopefully the bot is working. I hope I didn't break the bot by not being active. Yeah. Hold on, the bot hasn't woken up yet, and there it goes. It's woken up now. It woke up. Red Six says, I have Battlegrounds on my PS4. Ah, gotcha. November equals Battlefield, or why did it get delayed to the 19th? Yo, the Battlefield stuff is super interesting. I've known intimate details of Battlefield for a year now, and it's the things that I'm hearing. For those who want to see Battlefield on Stadia, you might just want to like, maybe just you'll see what happens when that game releases, man. You'll see. You might be like, maybe I'm not gonna miss this on Stadia just yet. We'll see. I'm a massive fan of Battlefield, so. All right, 5 tickets. Yep, the members are getting 5 tickets. My main problem with Stadia is that they have 2 to 3 months of good stuff, yes, and then get one piece of news that shuts it all down. Cyberpunk's positivity was ruined by the Twitter fiasco. You know, Uncanny, that's an interesting thought. Because if I'm being honest with you, what has come out within the last, let's just say last 3 months? What's come out within the last 3 months, even 4 months? That's been negative. Like, February was when that negative news came, and outside of that, like, the only other thing I'll say for sure is the games not getting sequels to certain games. So that's definitely, but there hasn't been a big stink about that in the mainstream media, the gaming mainstream media. So I think it's kind of who you pay attention to, what news sites you're paying attention to. If they're kind of spinning a certain negative narrative, you're gonna see stuff that makes you kind of down about it. Honestly, for me, I sift through all that noise, you know, and I keep telling you guys, if there's an actual thing that's really worrisome or negative, you know, we'll definitely address it. I don't shy away from that type of stuff. You know, we got to address those things that's negative. And I was even on record last week on this stream. I said, yo, it's a bummer to not see NBA 2K on Stadia. And I gave my theories as to why, but it doesn't mean it's not a bummer to not see that. So Bebop says, I would not be surprised if AEW wrestling video game comes out on Stadia, but that's probably not going to happen for another year. It would depend on who the developer and publisher is on that. If it's a small team, I could see that game not coming to Stadia just because they wouldn't have the manpower to get that out, you know. But I would love to see an AEW release on Stadia. Shoot, that would talk about making my day. That would make my like many months. That'd be insane. Cloud gaming stream. What's good thoughts on Stadia missing? What's up, guys? I haven't seen you guys. Good to see you guys here on the channel. Cloud gaming stream. Good to see you, brothers. By the way, go follow them. Go check them out. They cover all the cloud services, so you want to go check that out. What's good thoughts on Stadia missing 2K this year? I was just talking about that. It's a bummer. It's an absolute bummer. I talked about it last week. I am not happy about that, and I've already kind of gave my theory as to why. I think it's just they're in this transition phase, and even from the things I'm hearing, they're definitely doing a lot of things that a lot of people don't know about under the hood, and I think it's just a matter of just transitioning everything from figuring out what their business model is going to be going forward, from how, that's, white labeling is part of that, working on the Stadia store itself, and all those acquisitions with that. I mean, it's literally, it's almost like they tore it down a bit, and they're tearing it down a bit and starting from the ground up and refocusing on what they're doing. And I think negotiations were definitely not made past another NBA 2K exactly with the EA stuff. So it's exactly what ended up happening there, which sucks. Yo, Queen Rach, good to see you. Good to see you. Queen Rach, we gotta encourage, I don't want to put any pressure on her, but I have been begging to do a video with her for months. I'm on my hands and knees wanting to do some content with her, and I don't have a lot of time these days, but I will make time for the Queen to do some content. But good to see her in the chat. Good to see you, Queen Rach. John, my man, says, I can't think a thing that's been bad that's come out. Yeah, like, I'm sure we can nitpick on little things for sure that can seem negative. Like maybe, somebody leaves Stadia, but how is that necessarily bad if we don't know the context of what was happening? I don't like to make assumptions just because. John says, if anything, I've watched more people on Twitter and Reddit talk about how they tried it and finally loved it. Those stories definitely get a lot of love, for sure. The Stadia community is very good at highlighting those, for sure. Props to Rouser says, props to Sunny Cloud for his amazing DBD skills on Meg. I was trolling the crap out of Meg on the first game, man. It was fun. We're gonna do a Dead by Daylight stream here in a month, man. We have Halloween coming up. I'm gonna do a Halloween stream, and we are 1000% gonna do a DBD stream. I am an absolute troll in that game. I am completely and utterly ruthless. I will definitely kill all of you in glory, and not even for a second flinch. I am excited to play that one with you guys here soon. So I'm telling you guys, I want to do more community streams, but right now I'm trying to figure out my schedule. Last week I was sick for almost a week and a half, and I was barely trying to get my content out, so it was tough. Uncanny says, I forgot who left the company of Stadia and moved up to the general cloud in Google, and that was made as a negative. Right, that was made as a negative twist in the mainstream, which makes no sense. It makes no sense. It's literally like you're in one section, you're how do I do this? It's like you're working at, that's not a good example. I was gonna say, yeah, it's like you're working at I don't think that's a good example. I'm trying to think of a good example. It's like you're working in like a sports thing, right? So let's say you're the coach of you're the coach of a team. Let's say you're the coach of a team, and you're coaching this team, and it's doing its thing, but all of a sudden you get promoted to cover the GM role. Now you're not just overseeing the coach, but you're going to oversee different aspects of the team. That's kind of what happened with Jack Buser. So it's why I never understood. Like it's one of those things where for a lot of these news sites, having negative headlines about Stadia it does get them clicks versus if you were to make a headline, Stadia gets these games for the month or something that Stadia has done. Well, I'll say I'll be here. I'll be fair. Stadia, the biggest thing I would say this year we could see for Stadia for sure would be more countries, and I think that would be newsworthy. Or seeing things like bridge mode and seeing some completely new tech. And those would be positive headlines. But when those things happen, you're really not going to see anybody cover those. because these websites, they're not going to get those clicks on those, so they're not going to do it. So it's just better to kind of spin something a certain negative way or something. So it just is what it is. It's kind of been like that for a while. And it's interesting because, you know, the truth is there isn't a lot of movement within other services in regards to getting clicks. Like, when do you see a GeForce Now article that's mainstream outside of GeForce Now leaked a bunch of games? When is GeForce Now talked about? Like, never talked about, ever. Because people don't click that content yet. Like, cloud gaming itself, as I keep telling you guys, is growing. But watching Stadia kind of crash and burn is kind of what a segment of people want to see. So you see those things get clicks. So when you see websites going down that route, or if you see certain YouTubers or even creators within this, you know, they're trying to rile you up and trying to get some impressions. So, I mean, that's just my take. Jeff says, it's a bummer not to see any games you like on Stadia after tasting the tech. I want every game in the cloud. Yes, and I hear you on that. Trust me. And that's the bummer. I mean, that's a lot of people, a lot of you guys, when you guys come to me and tell me what you guys want to see on Stadia, you know, I get some messages on my stuff where people are legit just like, where's this game for Stadia? I want to see it, you know, like, and then they'll message me in my videos and they'll go, you know, hey, I'm done with Stadia. And then they're like angry, you know, and I hear the frustration, guys. I hear the frustration. I'm with you. I want to see every game that we can. Every game that we can see on Stadia, I want to see it as well. Yo, Cloudbusters. Happy for the high, because when you breaks your heart away, not sure what you're saying there. Nature Boy, good to see you, my man. Good to see you. All right, hold on. Wait, I lost where I was. Give me a second, guys. Marvel Avengers is on sale. Should I buy? Thoughts? What's the sale on Marvel Avengers? Tell me what the sale is. Yo, is that you, Ace? Thank you, Ace. Really appreciate it, my man. And I hope you're doing well. Hope the family's doing well. I actually think the Jack Buser thing is a good thing, not a good signal, not a bad. To me, it shows that they're thinking about Google Cloud and what part games. You know, can I ask something in the chat? Do people set up polls? I'm like a YouTube noob. Let me know in the chat. Listen, I don't have any thoughts on this, like deep thoughts on this, but I want to ask you guys, how would you feel if Stadia were to rebrand under something like Google Cloud Gaming, and maybe they combined it with like the Play Store or something, and everything still stays the same? Like the Stadia store would still stay the same. Maybe it would be like powered by Stadia, but the headline would be Google Cloud or something. How would you guys feel about that? I'm curious. I've thought about this before, but not deeply. The negative media of Stadia is down to the lack of physicality of the platform. No consoles to sell, no games in shop. Well, I mean, I've talked about this so many times the last like 3 weeks. There's not one single problem that we can sit there and go, oh, well, Stadia has, you know, Stadia's not doing this or that. It really comes down to the fact that cloud gaming itself is just, no service is truly killing it. No service is truly killing it. It's just cloud gaming itself is still growing. A lot of people, I keep saying this, a lot of people don't even know what cloud gaming is. Seriously. Forget about like not even knowing what Stadia is or what GeForce Now is or what Luna is. Can you imagine if I asked people if I went on the street and started interviewing people about Amazon Luna? Did you know Amazon Luna had a cloud gaming server, like their own little platform? You know, people would look at me with like complete and utter confusion. You know, like this is just such a small segment. John says, I can't help but constantly go back between the Xbox, the hardware platform, and Stadia. Sometimes it's hard to justify rebuying games on Stadia, but I wish my library was all cloud. Yeah, and I think that's right now the biggest beauty of cloud gaming itself. This goes for Stadia, GeForce Now, wherever you decide to cloud game. It's just so versatile. You have so many options. You can supplement if you're a PC gamer, you can supplement yourself with that. If you're, a console gamer, if you're a Switch gamer, the Switch can't run Resident Evil Village. I have my Switch right there because I made a couple videos the last couple days, or last week. Like, you can't. That's where cloud gaming is right now. It's a really, really good supplement, and if you want it to be your main platform, You can definitely do that between the services, or if you choose one, I mean, it's definitely there. So I'm with you on that. I keep saying it, I keep laughing, John, because I own an Xbox Series X now. I bought it a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, and I have only logged on there to play Microsoft Simulator for 30 minutes. My little brother he uses that. I mostly bought it for him, but like I have almost no interest. And I get really annoyed when I have to download updates on Steam for something. I get really annoyed, and it shows up in my my bill, in my whatchamacallits, the whole data caps. It shows up every time I have to download stuff. You know, for me, cloud gaming really works because I have such a busy life. I can only really play in little spurts. I have multiple YouTube channels now. You know, I have my normal job. I can only just like hop in and play right away, and for me, that's why Stadia works so well. Amon says, I think they only tried to make Google and Stadia bad because they're afraid, because they know that Google can be a very big, heavy player in the industry. Someday another lose. I don't know about that. I would agree with you if this was like 2 years ago. I just think at this point, a lot of these websites have stopped trying to, like, it's just easy to do an article where there's some negative news because it's just easy money. It's kind of like a YouTube channel, like a YouTube video, you know, a web page. It's just going to highlight some negative stuff, and you're going to get, you know, what you're going to get. Red, I forget what we were talking about earlier, but yeah, Amon, I don't think it's people necessarily afraid. I think in the beginning and to a degree you're kind of right. A lot of people don't want to see cloud gaming succeed, because they don't want to continue moving towards that digital front. Like we're already kind of getting to that point, right? And the interesting part about that is most people are buying their games digitally these days anyways. It's funny, I'm such a weird gamer, because for me, I have always liked, when I have a console, I've always liked picking up the CD. And I was picking up CDs up until 2-3 years ago. Like for the Switch, I was buying the cartridges because they can resell. But the thing is, cloud gaming is a little different for me because it gives me that ability to just take everything on the go, which you couldn't do with like a CD or a cartridge, right? You're stuck to that just one freaking console, and that's all you have. Like I'm stuck to just this Switch, and I can't do anything else. Like I can't play my Switch games somewhere else, and so for me it opens up a lot more with cloud gaming. So I'm with you to a degree on that. Some people want to see it, but I don't know if at this point it's that type of energy, Amon. But I hear what you're saying. Yo, we got a new member, Adalith. Welcome to the sunny, I'm gonna start calling it the Sunny Cloud Army. Welcome to the Sunny Cloud Army. Really appreciate it. Thank you for becoming a member. All right, where was I? I think that'd be smart. Make Stadia a white label platform and the underlying technologies, and combine everything into the Google Play branding. That's what I'd do. YT says he doesn't care. Yeah, YouTube has polls. I'm just a noob at how to do it. Yeah, I like to be optimistic about cloud gaming. Oh, cloud gaming is definitely going to be doing its thing as time goes on. Definitely. Like it's going to grow. It's going to grow a lot bigger. Andrew says, shame you can't buy a game gift card in shops for Stadia. I have been requesting this for a while now. I should make more noise about it. But I think that's one of the biggest things. Give us either two things. Give us the ability to buy gift cards specifically for Stadia, or let us gift games. I think that would actually be a lot better. I would love to see gifting games. That would be amazing. Keep in mind that Stadia is still only 2 years old, and Xbox and PlayStation weren't fire as they are now. That's correct. Xbox 2 years in wasn't killing it, to say the least. I'd feel no different with a rebranding. Main problem with that is the fact that the Stadia controller has a logo on it. And that's why I was saying, like, it could be a different name, but powered by Stadia. Because honestly, I kind of think that's going to, if there's some white labeling that happens in the future, I kind of think you're going to see that. I think you're going to see something where it tells, where you see a Stadia logo anyways. I totally see that happening. Yo, Adela says, hey, hello, Sonny. I came in a bit late, but as soon as I saw you were live, I went upstairs running as fast as I couldn't join the stream. Well, thank you for joining the stream, and welcome. I don't Are you new? Are you? I'm usually familiar with everybody, but welcome and thank you for becoming a member and joining us today. Swam says, hey Sonny, hello from Italy. Did you hear about people getting emails and returning back to the Stadia Pro? Yes, I talked about that earlier. If you're from the UK, check your emails if you've been out of Stadia Pro, because you might get a free Stadia Premier Edition. So, and yo, we got John coming back as a Sunny Gold. John, thank you for that. Thank you for also, I know you've boosted the Discord in the past, so thank you, my man. Really appreciate that. And we got to hang out. I want to DM you. I'm going to DM you in a bit, man. I want to talk about what's going on with you, but I really appreciate the Sunny Gold. And welcome, of course. Welcome back to the Sunny Cloud Army. Mike says, I think they will rebrand as long as we retain our subs and access. I don't mind. Stadia. So you guys are pretty open to rebranding. I wonder if that would be something they'd think about. I really do. Just because I honestly feel that they could turn it around, though. If I'm being honest, keeping the Stadia name and all that. And when I say turning it around, I mean the negative perception, by the way. Let me make it clear. The negative perception of all these websites covering it and all this other stuff. I'm talking about reversing, and I feel like they can reverse a lot of that negative perception, and I feel like it will happen, but we definitely need to give it time, because I think as I keep saying it, the bigger stuff is when it starts to launch to more countries. And I think I saw somebody who posted a link the other day, it was an article from 2019 where they said that the goal was to get Stadia in India in 2021. Well, I had heard last year that India was still a target for this year, but I have not heard an update on that this year at all. So it was around towards the end of 2020, and I still hope that is still the goal. But that'll be pretty huge, and I don't think you'll see something completely right away, but give it time. And I think when you start to see more and more people joining the service, I think it's gonna be a huge boon, and you might start to see a lot of different things from there on out. We're talking like just like where it's headed in regards to Stadia Pro and the business model and all that stuff. And for the record, man, Stadia Pro, remember we've been talking about this. We were going to say, how was Stadia Pro going to look in the months ahead? And Stadia Pro now is seeing 5-6 games a month. Like, that's insane. That's insane. And it's I don't even think they've implemented correctly. Correct, guys? They haven't implemented the whole if you give the affiliate marketing, you get even more money. I think there's something going to be implemented along those lines. So when that gets implemented, that'll be very interesting. We'll see how many publishers and developers take that on. But one of my biggest things that I've been saying since the beginning, I'm talking about the beginning of this channel, me doing live streams. I want to see Stadia Pro expand and become really, truly like a little mini Netflix. And it's starting to get there. I mean, we're seeing more and more games. So a good person to pay attention to is Inled. Follow him on Twitter. He covers all the Stadia Pro stuff. Like, he has a really good like spreadsheet, but like a very nice looking spreadsheet, and it's awesome. John says, I need to add you to my Xbox Live then, my man. I barely get on my Xbox, so you'll see mostly my brother. Flight Simulator machine exclusively lately too. Haven't had much time to game lately. I'm with you on that. Adalys says, Stadia is my main console, to be honest. I also use GeForce Now and xCloud, and I definitely use PS Now if they had a game I really want to play. Yeah, and that's what it's all about, Adalys. I mean, just being I consider myself a cloud gamer, even though I mostly play on Stadia. Like, I don't remember the last time I really hopped on. I think I did GeForce Now a couple months ago to test out some games, but it's been a while since I've dived into other services outside of Stadia. I've been playing Madden lately. I've been playing DBD. I mean, for me, Stadia is where it's at. So I'm with you, but I mean, I'm still subscribed to GeForce Now. I did let go of both my xCloud and Luna, though. I did drop both of those. I think Google needs to add games into Stadia with games for Android for $5 a month. I would like to see a little bit of crossover on that. I'm with you. Every major platform goes through ups and downs. Stadia is no different. If they're just still spinning their wheels 5 years from now, then we can criticize. That's kind of where I'm at, Ted. I'm with you. And listen, I'm not devoid of giving criticism to Stadia when they need it, because if we don't sit there and say, hey guys, we really feel like you need to get a little better here. You know, how are they going to know? You know, how are they going to know to get better if we don't tell them, you know, hey, this is an issue. So the good thing is we do have a pretty vocal community, whether it's the Reddit, whether it's Twitter, whether it's, you know, this channel. the comments, these live streams. I mean, we're just sitting here talking about this, and all of this helps. All of this helps. All right, let me see if I can catch up again. Mike says, Sonny, good news is not having enough games is no longer the thing media can bash Stadia for. You don't hear as much of that now, latency or just latency moans. Yeah, I mean, Stadia's been building up their library. I want to see a little more. I'm definitely very, I'm on pins and needles to see what they got in store for 2022. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm with you though. The library is building, and that's all you can do. And they're getting more versatile games. We're getting more kid games, which is good. I mean, Humankind, a strategy game. Those games are awesome for cloud gaming. If you can definitely get it working, and Humankind works. So it's really good to see. Atlas says, I really love your videos. They actually pick me up when I feel down, and I feel bad that I can't continue with higher quantity, but I want to support the amazing work. I appreciate the you being Sunny Bronze. You that little bit is all I ever need. You guys just watching me today is all I ever need, guys. You just being here in the chat, hanging out with me. I don't ever really need anything more than that, guys. I promise. So I really appreciate that, and thank you. That's awesome that my videos bring you up. That's a high compliment. So thank you. I honestly think we will see more publishers add more subscription-based channels like Outright Games. I actually think you are right on that. I think you are right on that for sure. That was weird. Did I just get like a new member and I didn't see it in the chat? Or is this thing delayed? I actually didn't think about a family channel, like a family, but I could see Outright Games going crazy with all their games and having a whole just family section. Ryan, wow, I didn't think about that, but I think you're onto something. That's a good one. I think you might be right. I think that's what they're doing. Dang, good one. Good pointing that out. Now I'm gonna think of that going forward. I'm like, yo, when Outright Games is getting all these games on Stadia, it's because they might be looking to add their own Ubisoft Plus on Stadia. It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Why not put all these games that, let's be honest, some of them are a little expensive. They're expensive across all the platforms. I know they're really expensive on the Switch because I've covered Outright Games on the Switch before. Oh man. John says, man, I don't properly support you regularly. Sorry about that. No, don't ever apologize for that. You've been a rock of a creator ever since I met you, and I've been happy to see you grow. Thank you for that, John. Really appreciate that. And you've been here almost since the beginning. So much love to you, my man. Really appreciate it. What do you think is the best service for games on PC? Popper, for sure. Games on PC, I would say GeForce Now. If you're a PC gamer, GeForce Now might be what you're looking for, so you can take your library of games on PC and potentially transition. Not every single game's on GeForce Now, but maybe a good portion of your library potentially is. So I would investigate GeForce Now, see what games they have, and it might work. It might fit for you in regards to the games that you do own. By the way, Luna, Stadia also work really well on PC with mouse and keyboard. I play mostly mouse and keyboard, so they work really good. Billy says, can you review Persona 5 Strikers on the Nintendo Switch? No. No, thanks. No. I'm into Stadia, not stuck in the console box. I hear you on that, Gary. So for example, Activision Cloud Launcher being powered by Stadia, but all those Activision games get on Stadia Store as well. That's kind of what I picture what we would see at some point. John, the only bad thing is, John, I don't think you get the extra tickets until you become a member, and then they give you the extra tickets. And I've tried to see if I can delete people, but I don't think I can. The gift card thing would sell the platform on its own. People seeing those. That's what I keep saying. One of the best ways to advertise Stadia is to actually put Stadia in people's hands. So if you're a friend, if you have a friend or family member, you want them to try Stadia and you gift them a game. I've actually done it myself. I've gifted games so people can try it and they'll just be blown away. So it's an absolute powerful tool, and one thing I want to see. Amon says, you wanted to tell us about something good stuff when I'm not wrong, Sonny. What do you mean, Amon? About upcoming good stuff? Just finished watching Dune and was about to start playing Black Flag when I saw you were streaming. What's up, Anthony? How's it going, my man? Alberto says, Sunny Waffle. Yep, the Sunny Waffle. Mexico, Brazil, India, South Korea, and Japan are key markets. Same Taiwan and South America will come better with bandwidth in the next years. Yep. Alberto, you're right. I wonder if someone like 8BitDo can emulate a Stadia controller that will also work on other consoles and iOS. My son loves his Stadia controller, but he does not like clutter. Yeah, man. An 8BitDo controller, emulate a Stadia controller. That would be interesting. Jeff says, I've been super happy with Stadia Pro since Jedi Fallen Order. Nice. Clive, they ain't rebranding. All the indicators are they are more behind the brand than ever. Just follow the breadcrumbs. For sure, Clive, for sure. I'm definitely not saying they are rebranding. I was just bringing it up as a question. That's it. Google last week finished laying cable from US to Cornwall in the UK. Yup. They're doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. I mean, we've been talking about this for many months now. I've been telling you the last couple weeks over and over. They are doing a ton of stuff behind the scenes. You can buy Stadia on the Google Store for $79. I don't think. A few months ago, I built a 3080 build. How much did you pay for that card? Hated that I had so many shaders to install and download. It's so annoying. I'm back to what got me streaming gaming again, and that is Stadia. Ubisoft Plus also gets solid games. Ready, Set, Stadia. That's you know, I'm finding that there's a lot of correlation with a lot of you guys, like me, where we've been PC gamers, and cloud gaming really kind of just fills in that gap. It really does. Like, you're sitting there building a 3080 computer, and you're still using stream. I know Consango as well. Like, he has a full-blown 3080 card, and he's sitting there, all he does is game on Stadia, and it makes a lot of sense. Yo, Lamont, if I didn't say hi to Lamont, let me say hi to Lamont. I don't think I've said hi to our awesome man here. Good thing I have Man22 driving the Giants. Lamont the other day was on Discord. If you haven't joined our Discord, you have to join, because you get really good gems from Lamont, who told us that he wants us to picture him in his underwear running around with a Stadia controller. And I have no idea what the context of that was. And I have no interest on knowing what he was trying to go with that conversation. I just know that is not something I wanted to picture. But I love you, Lamont. I love you more than anything, my man. Yeah, man. Shout out to Clive, by the way. Check out Clive's channel. Clive is the man. Andy says, Sonny, how are you? How are you, man? With 2021 wrapping up, you think we'll see any roadmap for 2022? You know, I think they're going to be a little more silent going into 2022, like they were kind of around last year, around November, December, because we had Jack Buser come out. I would be I would be pretty shocked if we got any sort of information on 2022 until January 2022, and I think maybe around there we'll get kind of an idea of what's going on. Again, there's a lot of stuff you guys don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on. And some of it's like I mostly hear good stuff. Sometimes I'll hear some bad stuff, and I'm just kind of like, all the signs right now are pointing to really Stadia just doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes right now, and they're gearing up for some stuff. What that stuff is going to be, that's the $1 million question right now. That really is the $1 million question. I'm sorry if I said this before, but I wish they could give us a yearly subscription option. No, Ted, and we feel free to bring that up as much as you want. That's something I would love to see as well, for sure. I hope Stadia will make another deal with EA. Yes, I would love to see that. I would love to see that for sure. And there is conversations happening. I just don't know to how serious those conversations are. I can definitely tell you, will I get in trouble for this? I mean, I've already kind of said it. There's definitely conversations between Google and EA, but hopefully that equals to more games. Because we're just about to get the last FIFA game. We just had Madden, and I think what happens is with these big publishers, from what my understanding is, when a game releases on Stadia, they do kind of a follow-up a bit, just kind of a rundown of what's going on with these publishers. So like if Ubisoft is going to drop Far Cry, the new Far Cry, you'll see some follow-up, and there'll be some conversation going on there. So it's just all fascinating. It really is. I'm trying my best to learn how it all works, man, and it's not easy. Yo, Bulls for Life, what's up, my man? Good to see you. I was surprised to see a Bethesda channel on the store the other day, considering what happened with Microsoft and all. I will be shocked, Mike, if we see any more Bethesda titles on Stadia. Like, completely and utterly shocked. Edelus says, "What? Oh, I lost what you said. What I love about most about cloud gaming is how it allowed me to get my family and friends into gaming. People that love to play video games but don't want to buy a console. Stadia's family sharing. Yeah, Stadia's family sharing can't be talked about enough. It has been awesome for me personally. I have several people on it. I don't know what they play or use, but they use it. These are people who. So, for example, my wife's sister." She and her kids play it, and they're cloud gaming. They're little tykes, and they don't even realize they're playing. So they don't even realize they're playing in the cloud. So it's been awesome. And again, it's one of the best ways, as I keep saying, man, just letting other people try the tech, playing it out, and seeing how awesome it works. Are you looking forward to the new Destroy All Humans 2 remake? I've not seen anything on that. Lamont says, hard to gift of games when you have free play days. Yeah. Lamont, you're cracking me up. Star Wars is tight. Lamont, your thought process jumps from so many things that I'm losing track right now. But Lamont has, of course, the best energy. By the way, me and Lamont we're talking about getting some merch. He has to find an artist. So if anybody knows a good artist out there, I have an artist, but he's super expensive to the point where I haven't used him. He's now my editor, by the way. I have an editor. He hasn't edited for this channel yet, and I don't know if he will anytime soon because we're still practicing on videos in other channels and just making sure he kind of knows my style. But hopefully at some point he'll start editing for this channel. I don't know in what capacity yet, what kind of content I would do. Probably just me covering a bunch of games. And he would edit that. But he's also my artist. He's a little too expensive, though. Hi, Sonny. What is, for you, what is the best game to play on Stadia in terms of overall experience? I think Doom Eternal is a good one. Doom Eternal, I always talk about Division 2. What other games can, off the top of my head? You know, if you're into any of the sports games, like if you're into FIFA or Madden, I honestly feel those games are really, really good in terms of they definitely showcase how awesome Stadia can be, because those games you have to be like, it has to be right there, you know, up to the millisecond on the timing. And I think those are really good games that really showcase Stadia. And then we're getting the new FIFA, and that one's gonna be next. It's gonna be the next gen version. So I think that would be another one. I don't know if you're into FIFA or Madden, but if not, if you're into shooters, and then if I jump to adventure games, I honestly feel, I know Red Dead doesn't have like a 4K 60 because I think it's 1080p 60 or 4K 30. I really do feel Red Dead's another good one that does have some awesome gameplay, awesome visuals, and I definitely think showcases Stadia. So they're building big Google Cloud servers next to the area where I live in Berlin. Hope they will speed up the Stadia even more. I hope so too, Roman. I hope so too. We got, how do I say your name? Trip. I'm going to call you Trip Athy. Trip. Hi, Sonny. Been off Stadia Pro for months now. Last game I got was FIFA 21. Trip, any chance you're in the UK? Because you might have an email. Last game I got was FIFA 21. I need to get back on again. Can you suggest some games to try and buy and get back into cloud gaming? I had bought the CP 2077 bundle. A game that I definitely recommend that I think you'll have fun with, it's a little specific, is Resident Evil Village. It's a horror game. If you're not into horror games, I think Humankind is good. What else can we suggest, my man? Trip. I honestly have a blast with Hitman. I haven't played Hitman in a while, but I am a huge fan of it. I think it's a game that I love. I think that game looks great. It looks gorgeous on Stadia. What other games? I'm trying to think of games this year and maybe a little bit more recent. I mean, Marvel Avengers, Watch Dogs Legion. I know Watch Dogs Legion isn't this year, but I mean, all the updates they've come out with, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I mean, those are all awesome games. What else? And if you guys in the chat want to recommend some more games to Trip, feel free. Did you already talk about the VR job opening at Stadia? Yes, I did. It's in my last video. The only thing about those job openings is, hold on, let me change the music. The only thing about those job openings is that I think they re-edit it and they no longer really mention Stadia in VR. But there's all that news from Nvidia and all the stuff that they're working on. So I think VR, and I've already mentioned this a couple times, Stadia has been messing with VR for quite some time. They were testing some stuff in the beginning of this year, and it's something that they've just been looking at, and it makes a lot of sense. I mean, can you imagine if Stadia drops a new VR headset that's like a budget-friendly one, because all the power is being done in the cloud, you know? I mean, the possibilities are pretty huge. And isn't that one of the barriers to gaming with VR? And I'm not a big VR guy. I completely confess ignorance on the subject of VR. So you guys are probably going to know way more than I do. But isn't one of the barriers the pricing? I know it's gotten cheaper with the last one. Is it the Oculus 2 because of, you know, having to tie your stuff to Facebook? But I know one of those is the barriers of it. And I've only played VR once in my life, right before the pandemic in the end of 2019. And I loved it. So I would love to see Stadia, Google. I'd love to see all that. That would be insane. And I think it would be magic. I really do. So there's noise happening. When there's smoke, there's fire, for sure. John says Monster Hunter on Stadia. I think we are getting the Monster Hunter coming out, what, 2022, 2023, John? I think we're getting that one on Stadia. I think that deal's already been made. Ooh, we got a spammer. Hold on. John says, "Dear Capcom, I would love to see the UK toy stores also selling the Chromecast and Stadia controller option to buy in stores. Kids only seem to know the main brands of consoles." For sure. Yo, ZA says, "Sonny, do you recommend paying a membership subscription for a cloud gaming service of foreign currency? Or do you think something like using PayPal to avoid possible extra costs?" Which cloud gaming service are we talking about? They should all be able to, what's the word? I'm drawing a blank on the word, but they should all be able to pull from wherever. PayPal's always safe, for the record, but they should all be able to pull. There shouldn't be extra fees. Are you talking about maybe from different prices from country to country, or I'm not sure what you mean by that, my man? Yo, Doc, what's up? Good to see you, my man. D2 Resurrect and D4 on Stadia. Oh man, I'd be so happy. Yo, Trip says, "Hey Sonny, been off Stadia Pro for months. Last game I was I already read that, my bad." Hold on, let me jump down a little forward. Not sure if you repeated your message. This year under the Christmas tree will be with Sonny. Yo, Resident Evil 7's a good one too. Yeah, I mean, Stadia Pro right now has so many games, guys, to test things out too. Jack says Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Yep, that's a good one. Star Wars. You guys are saying Star Wars Judgment. That's a good one, Cloud. Yes. Judgment is a game that I absolutely recommend. 8 months recommending Lost Worlds. I don't know about that one. That one's an indie title. It's a little specific. Oh, you repeated your question. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, wait, did I just like go back and read? Guys, listen. We are about to have an embarrassment of riches here soon. For the record, I mean, regardless of who you follow, if you follow Stadia more so than others, though. Uh-oh. My camera's freaking out. Hold on. If my camera freaks out, I might have to restart it. Let me restart it real quick. All right, let's see if we can get it back up. I'm going black. Hold on. Camera's freaking out. Guys. There it is. All right, we're back. Oh, Andrew, just seen my email in the UK for the controller. If I subscribe again, what an offer. Yes, that's awesome. Why? They must have like a lot of stock down in the UK, because I want to see some of that action, man. I have some accounts that have been dormant, and I would love to get that deal. Guys, guess what? If you guys haven't been following, when we hit 20,000 subscribers, we're gonna have a special gaming stream. We're gonna do a stream like this where we talk and we hang out, we have some fun. We're also gonna give out tons of games. I am projected to hit around 20,000 within the next month. I want to say sometime in October, maybe close to the Halloween stream. When that happens, we're doing that. Also, I am doing a charity stream. I have already designated myself to doing this because I'm coming on my 5th year. I've talked about this several times the last couple weeks. I'm coming on 5 years of having what is this here? Cancer. I'm trying to figure out my words here, because technically I'm still like in remission. So I'm coming on my 5th year. When you get the 5th year scan and you go through all that and they tell you you're clean, technically you're cancer free at that point at 5 years. So I'm still considered to be in remission, and I've been in remission. I think my last chemo was back in 2016 in August, and we're what, in September? So technically speaking, if I were to get a scan today and it said I was clean, I'd be at 5 years. But I'm going to be doing a charity stream, and I'm praying that I do get a clean scan. If I do, that'll be 5 years and I'm officially, again, cancer free. If that happens, we are doing a charity stream, and I'm hoping you guys support. I'm going to be throwing a lot of stuff at this. I'm going to try my best to promote this. I don't usually promote anything I do, because I just don't want to be noisy with my stuff. I don't want to be out there and I'm just more low key. And so this would be different though, because this wouldn't be for me at all in any way, shape, or form. This would be helping out, research and stuff like that. And I've been investigating some of the stuff, and I'm looking towards to doing, I think it's going to be this one that I found for lymphoma, because that's what I had. I had a tumor right near my heart, and it's still there. Actually, it's still there. It was the size of a baseball. So have you ever seen a baseball? And it was right next to my heart. I don't know how close exactly it was to my heart. I actually never look at the scans and x-rays, because I just don't want to. Mentally, it's just hard to look at that stuff. But it was right near my heart. It wasn't very far at all. And then when I went through the chemo, it went down a lot more. So it's going to be for lymphoma. It's going to be a charity stream for that. So I'm very excited for that. I'm really hoping you guys come out and support. I'm going to be giving out lots of stuff. So I have several controllers I'm going to be giving out. We're going to be giving out games, and I think I'm just going to be giving out tons of stuff. So I'm trying to space both this stream where we get 20,000 because I want to celebrate there, and then the charity stream. So we got a lot of cool stuff with just in the next 3 months, 3 to 4 months. That's true. That charity stream might not happen until January, but we'll see. So I really hope you guys come out and support that for sure. Cancer sucks. Yes. Cancer's a B. F cancer. It's lame. It really is. Dr. Stream says, hey Sonny, if this is not allowed, let me know, but I'm starting a Twitch channel and it would be great if you can check out Dr. Stream on Twitch. Yeah, it's fine, man. It's fine. I miss your camera tracking. So my motor broke, Clive. My motor broke, but I got a new one. I'm just lazy to set it up. I was so happy because this motor is not a cheap motor. And it's scary, man. It popped, and I started to hear like insane noise, and then a smell came out, and so I was scared that I was about to burn this place down that I was in. And so the motor, yeah, it's not going back and forth, but I do have a new one. The good thing is they sent me one with no questions asked. I just said my thing exploded, and they were like, oh, okay, well, here's a new one. We're gonna send you a new one. And so I was like, thank God for that. I thought I was gonna go through a huge hassle. We're gonna play Grid Madden Works. Wait, what? Lamont, you're already naming the games I'm gonna play on the stream? You're cracking me up right now, man. I don't know about all these games, man. We're gonna do Grid. We're doing Grid. We're gonna do Grid. We're gonna do DBD. We're gonna do Olympic Games Tokyo, because that game was freaking fun. Can I recommend a more underrated game than that one? If you see it on sale, 1000% recommend it. That game is that was the most fun stream we had all year in regards to just gaming. I've only done like three game streams all year, I think, but that was insanely fun. So we're gonna be doing all those games for sure. Anything that I can get you guys involved is the plan. AXL Army, you were spent. My bad, man. Hold on, let me see what your message was. They need to put It Takes Two on Stadia. By the way, It Takes Two, AXL, it's okay, don't worry about the spamming. AXL, just don't keep spamming. But anyways, It Takes Two is an amazing game. I haven't played a lot of games outside of Stadia this year. Like, we're talking, like, I can count them on one hand how many games I've played outside of Stadia, at least not for non-content creation purposes, I should say. And It Takes Two is an amazing game. I would love to see that one. If there's a game I'd love to see, that one on Stadia would be insane. I would be flipping happy with joy on that one. Come on, Lamont. Lamont wants me to play MotoGP. MotoGP is a game that gives me a headache just thinking about it. That game is ridiculous. Hey, Lamont, have you actually played MotoGP? Or are you trolling me right now? Are you kidding me? That game is insane. Have you played that thing? All you do is like move your thumbstick just a little bit off and the whole freaking guy crashes every time. That game is just insanely hard. I do not recommend MotoGP for the faint of heart. You have to be like hardcore. Queen says I want to play It Takes Two for sure. Will you promise me if It Takes Two comes out for Stadia, we'll do a video on it on your channel or even our channel, this channel if you want, because that would be hilarious. Doctor says 99 of us here and only 58 likes. Yes, guys, hit that thumbs up if you can. Subscribe if you guys are watching this and you're just watching me for the first time, man. We hang out every Saturday. And we just have a blast. By the way, again, let me give a quick shout out to quite a few content creators in here who come in here and they hang out with me. They're awesome. And I want to give a shout out for sure to Clive. Clive, my man, he really is an excellent creator. He's very talented. He's a very talented man. Like, no joke when I say that, the dude's got a lot of talent for content creation. So you want to check him out. He does cover Stadia related stuff. So if you want to check out that, check it out. We have Queen Rage. She hasn't streamed in a while, but she'll come back at some point. She'll come back like fire. And so give her a shout out as well. Give my man SSR and Amon. They have their own channels. They're going to start their own Stadia channels. So we got to give them some love as well. So thank you guys for joining me on Saturday. We have a lot of awesome streamers. And then we have Dr. Stream who says he's streaming on Twitch. Before, I want to say though, Dr. Stream, what are you streaming on Twitch? If you're streaming Stadia, you might have some issues with that. Just for the record. I don't know what you do stream, but a lot of Stadia users are on YouTube. That's kind of where it's at. I can confirm GP is Madland. Yeah, Bob, it's tough. MotoGP is not representative of real world biking. It's too bad. Yeah. Trip just says, oh, just saw Far Cry 6. Any news on that? Yeah, Trip, Far Cry 6 is coming on Stadia next month. If you have Ubisoft Plus, you'll get it with your subscription, or you can just buy it. It's coming out next month. It's coming out also on GeForce Now, and I'm assuming Luna. It's coming out for all the services. I'm going to be playing it on Stadia, but yeah, you'll have a lot of options. So, oh, Eamon, you were streaming? Oh my goodness, have you guys played the From Space demo? Yes, that's a good one to bring up, Jack. How many of you guys have played the From Space demo? I played it with a friend. A pretty good experience, but it was too short. Yeah, it's a demo. It's a demo, and let me say though, the game looks fantastic, and I'm excited for that game. Honestly, the original, those games are my type of jam. I really love those couch co-op games. I think those are perfect for cloud service, because here's the thing: like, if you go to someone's house and they happen to have just decent internet, I mean, all you have to do is bring a couple controllers, right? I mean, that's the magic right there. So a game like From Space has been awesome. I love that the demo came. We don't have a lot of demos, and then the fact that it was completely free. I mean, yeah. AXL, I always wanted to be a big YouTuber like you. I am not a big YouTuber, but AXL, if you want to do YouTube, my man, just start making content, man. Just start making videos and have fun. Yeah, it is pretty short. If you play Stadia, it's free to stream. Everyone should stream their gameplay, and that's another thing too. A lot of things we don't. One of the things that is very underrated when it comes to Stadia specifically, guys, is how easy. Have any of you thought about streaming? Or how about this? Have any of you even just thought about recording your gameplay? Because you can do that with Stadia. I don't know how many of you know that, but it's one of those features that just doesn't get enough love. I don't even know if people realize that, but you can make a YouTube channel. You can make a YouTube channel and you can just start streaming. You don't need to talk. You just make videos and of you just playing whatever you want. But if you don't even want people to see what you're doing, technically speaking, you can just unlist everything. It'll go automatically unlist. You can record all your gameplay, and you could do that, and there's no downside to it. With the whole streaming with Stadia, it's insane. Chris says we need more demos to get people's feet wet. Yes, I think I've been on record saying demos are huge. I was not a huge fan of the temporary demos. Like, it's not one of those things you want to complain about because it's there and it's a positive thing. So I was never really complaining about it, but more of having permanent demos, I think, is something a lot of people want to try Stadia out, but they don't want to sign up for Stadia Pro. And I think that's key. Being able to just jump into a demo, and I know we have free to play games, but you know, a lot. Destiny 2 is kind of a tough game to get into. Krata is kind of a tough game to get into. Something that's just simple and mindless, like From Space, is great. So I'm a big fan of that. John says, I tried breaking into streaming and content creation for ages now. I never get traction. I'm definitely better off as a writer and an editor and cinematographer. Yes. Here's the thing, John. The fact that you have skills in all those things would make you a really great YouTuber. If you're not breaking into YouTube, it's probably more to do so with what you're covering and how you're covering it. There's a lot of SEO stuff. SEO is where I'm really good. That's like my thing. And if you guys don't know what SEO is, that's kind of like where YouTube ranks your stuff and figuring out how to get your stuff ranked. So John, if you ever want to hit me up for any help, man, just let me know. Mike says, you know, a big gripe I love with the CCU, you could launch Stadia with a button press. I miss that so much with the CCU WGTV. It's also a bummer having to pair each time. Yes, Mike, I'm with you on that. Those things will get fixed over time. But you're absolutely right. That's something that is kind of a bummer for sure. And I honestly, they really went bare bones when they dropped the Google TV with Chrome, with whatever. I just call it the Google TV. They definitely gave it pretty bare bones, but it's still solid. It's mostly what I use when I do use the TV. But yeah, having the link over and over again is something that I do hope that they work on. Lamont says, record your game and send it to your teacher as homework. Don't do that, kids. Don't do that. Amos is right. Without Stadia, I wouldn't be able to stream my gameplay due to my weak hardware I have. Yep. I really wish that. It's hard, man, because one of those videos, like, I could make a video on how amazing it is if you're a streamer and you've always wanted to stream, and you've always wanted to stream really big games, but you never had the hardware to do it. Like, I guess technically, I mean, you can stream with your Xbox. I mean, you can stream with your PlayStation. But, you know, you still need to buy even those devices. So for those who have always wanted to stream and play some high quality games, I mean, it's there with Stadia. The thing is, I can make a video on it, but it won't gain any traction. A lot of you guys aren't going to click it because you're not interested in streaming. A video like that would have to come from one of the creators, kind of like Alpha Gaming and those guys who cover content creation. And I should try to get into one of their their DMs and just tell them about it and see what they think about it, because I honestly think it's something that needs to. If I was Google themselves, I would actually try to reach out to just one of these YouTube creators who do the content. There's several of them. I could even suggest to them, and if they were to cover it, say, hey, you want to get into streaming and you want to do it with no money down, you can do that with literally no money down. You can do that with Stadia. Nothing. You can just play the free-to-play games. You can do the direct streaming to YouTube, and you're just a streamer from right there, and you're already making content. Literally $0 to start streaming. Not, I guess, whatever the cost of your phone is, or you do have to do a workaround with your phone. But what if you have like a Chromebook? If you have just an old laptop, I bet I could take I have a laptop, and I've been meaning to test my laptop out. 2011 laptop. I bet I could stream from that thing with Stadia. And stream like something like Far Cry 6 and do it in like good quality too. So it's something that just doesn't get talked about enough. I love demo discs on the original PlayStation with magazines. Oh my god, that's old school, man. That's so old school that I never even experienced it because I was too little to get those magazines. Andrew, I know what you mean though. I know exactly what you mean. Great fun for people who could not afford games all the time, but gave people a chance to play something different. Andrew, yeah, that's old school. Ryan goes, need more free games like From Space. I had the wife and kids playing this on their own Stadia accounts, me on the TV, kids on the other tablets, and the wife on her phone playing together. I mean, that's what I'm talking about right there. Ryan's correct. We are actually getting more free games. I know of at least 2 games. You guys know about Super Animal Royale, and there's another game that's coming out that is not announced yet. That's free. So John says I suck at SEO. We'll definitely bring it up whenever I get some time with you. Yeah, for sure, man. Bring it up. And it's not so much technically about the SEO, but more about the topic too. It's really comes down to that. But I don't want to get into YouTube stuff. Well, just hit me up. John says I ran a podcast for about 3 years. That was fun. Nice, man. Yeah. Get back. Just get back to me for sure. We'll DM. Red Stick says I'm a teacher. If a student sent me a game stream, might be worth some bonus points. There it is, guys. So teachers giving the thumbs up to game stream, sending it as homework or what, or sending it as like a project. That's funny, Red Atheist. I love it. There you go, Lamont. Hey, the teacher's OG, the original gamer. That's true now. A lot of teachers our age are probably all gamers. WB Stadia still needs higher bitrate. Been saying it for months. Sometimes it straight up feels like I'm watching a low quality YouTube video. What games have you been playing where that's been happening? WB, I play on. Listen, I know I play on 4K, so sometimes I'm kind of blind to the 1080p of what a game would look. But a lot of that, man, it just kind of matters on where you're streaming it, what device you're using, where your connection's at. Like, there's so many factors. And here's the thing, I keep saying this over and over, WB, and I'm glad today I've been able to avoid kind of the last week's talking points, but I'll go into it real quick here. I've said this before, GeForce Now for me feels like it's lower quality, but I don't think it actually is when we compare from a 1080 to 1080p standpoint from Stadia. I just think it's kind of the quality that I'm getting specifically. Maybe it's because I'm a little further away from the server or something. So there's just so many factors. Yo, Lamont says Floor Kids Battle. Yo, Jeff coming in with the 5. Thanks for making painting my den entertaining. That's awesome, Jeff. Well, send us a picture of that den, my man. I'd love to see that paint action. Thank you for the 5, man. I really appreciate that. Lamont says I did a bonus points because one student helped me pass a level. No kidding, Lamont. Lamont, are you a teacher? I didn't even know you were a teacher. Some of the middle school kids playing in the bathroom like me. Can you imagine now, man? Like, I know a lot of you guys are parents, but how is it these days with kids? And how do you guys do it with the devices and stuff? I have my little brother. He's 14. I mean, he just got a cell phone, but he's very tech savvy. But he doesn't really have access to his phone at school. Like, I could only imagine a teenage Sonny with all the gaming capabilities of being able to play in the cloud and all the mobile games. I could see me like not playing the mobile games. I'd be a little snooty. I don't know if that's the right word. And I could see me just like playing cloud gaming stuff at school. And then like I already struggled in high school as it was, you know. I had a really good middle school and grade school. Like, it was insanely good to the point when I got to high school, like, it was a charter school. It was like practically a private school. And when I got to high school, everything I had learned all the way up until like it took senior year before I started learning anything new, and I was never challenged. So all I did was sleep in class. I slept in all my classes. Literally, I just head to the desk, slept in all my classes. And then I went home and I gamed. I gamed all night, stayed up late, 1 o'clock in the morning, woke up at 7:30. I ditched many weeks of school. And you know what I did with my ditching? I wasn't ditching with other kids to drink. I was ditching to sleep under my bed or sleep or game under my bed hiding. That was my high school days, man. It was rough. Do you think we'll ever get Apex or Call of Duty? Honestly, I think that would really create a shakeup. Mike, I do think that you could see Call of Duty. Apex, I'm a little iffy on Apex, especially since Apex is what, EA? if you guys haven't figured it out, I'm pretty intimate on a lot of EA details. So, but Call of Duty, I can absolutely see it happening. As a matter of fact, at this point, I'm pretty convinced you're going to see a cloud version of Call of Duty at some point. It's just a matter of how that's going to look and when it's going to happen. A teenage Sonny would have been left back like most of us with that kind of access to gaming. Yep. Honestly, if you would have given me like, oh man, yeah, no kidding. The way the kids have it these days in regards to gaming, we were all using our old school. We were blowing into our Nintendo cartridges. Like we were blowing to try to get that thing to work. I mean, I was doing voodoo dances to get my Nintendo cartridges to work. Then we moved on to the N64 days. Those were fine, but I had like 2 games and I would get bored of them because I would beat them right away. And then that would be it because I didn't have rich parents, you know. My dad never believed. I've said this a couple times. My dad never believed in gaming. He would legit saw me video gaming for more than 30 minutes. He would turn off my stuff. He's never. Now I tell him. Now I like to troll him a little bit because I'll call him and be like, "Yo, Dad, just FYI, I have YouTube channels where I talk about gaming, and it does pay me money now. What do you think?" You know, and he's just like, "Oh, that's cool." You know, it's like, see, it's making me money now. Look at all that you were doing when I was young, keeping me from playing video games. And then my mother. The only way I ever got consoles, I have kind of a messed up childhood. Was from her boyfriends, her multiple, because I had separated parents, so I only really bummed off other people's games. So I have a pretty fun. If you can't tell, I had ADD as a child. I was not very challenged when I was little. Jeff says I lost a girlfriend because of my addiction to Half-Life 2. Dang, Jeff. Really, addiction to Half-Life 2. That's interesting. I didn't know that game had that much replayability. What did she say? How did that conversation go? Shane goes, I miss those days. Jealous of my friend with a game genie. Yup. My kids love gaming. I tell them to go play outside and they take their device. Oh, yeah. I think that it's funny. If I have kids of my own one day, and at this rate, it's not looking good. But if I do, yeah, man, I don't know the balance that I'd give some balance. I'd be like, all right, you can game for a couple hours, but we do need to focus your attention on some other stuff. I just wouldn't be as restricted as my childhood. I remember the days of cutting class at times. Yup, Chariot. You know what I'm talking about. High school was an adventure for me. I bet it was. Red says, I tried to play Stadia on my off period, even with a VPN. I can't get it to work over the school Wi-Fi. Oh, that sucks, Red Stick. That sucks. Nature goes, as old as the game is, Assassin's Creed Black Flag looks and plays great. Yes, Stadia 4K 60 FPS. I honestly feel that the Ubi developers, you know, here's my guess, because I don't have intimate details on how Ubisoft works, but I imagine it's something how like EA and some of these other publishers work. And there's different teams that do different things. I wonder if the team that did Division 2 went ahead and worked on Assassin's Creed Black Flag. But man, it's crazy how good that game is on Stadia. Shane goes, my 7-year-old has a Switch and my 4-year-old has an Android tablet. Neither cares for it, to be honest. Okay, they're still at that age where outdoors is more fun. That's good, Shane. That sounds like you've done, well, maybe, yeah, that sounds like you've done some good parenting, because I hear the opposite most times. I was surprised to hear you talk about EA earlier. I really thought that the relationship was over with after the Codemasters move. No, I mean, EA and Stadia still have a relationship technically, just because the games are still releasing. I mean, FIFA 22 is coming out here soon, so I mean, they're talking. Day, what camera and lens setup do you have, Sonny? I have a Sony A7 III, and the lens is, I think, a 35 and 1.2 or 1.4 aperture, I think. Sonny, I would love to hear a story about your life, man, in a video if you ever feel comfortable. Your story is really inspiring from the snippets we hear. I don't have that much of an interesting story. My life got more interesting for the worse 5 years ago when I was diagnosed with cancer. Before that, I was floating through life, man. I literally was just floating through life. No idea what I ever wanted to do. Honestly, when I really think back to my childhood, I was never challenged ever. School-wise, I was always bored. I never wanted to do homework. I never cared to do anything. And it kind of continued into my 20s, if I'm being honest. I just gamed an insane amount. I had I've always had jobs, so I've always worked, for the record. I'm not like, I've never sat there and was like didn't have a job and was just gaming all day, every day. I've always worked since I was 16. Immediately when I was 16, I was essentially supporting myself. I just had a kind of a roof over my head until I was 18. But at that point, yeah, man, I've worked at LAN centers. I worked in gaming type places, and my life just got more interesting for the worse and better after a couple of years after I got sick in YouTube. And this is kind of now where I found my passion. Before that, I've been working with kids with disabilities. So not much to my life. Not much. Not that interesting. Chariot says I was addicted to video games back in the day. Yup. Yeah, it's cool, man. I've talked about this several times the last couple months, but it's funny because now we're this generation taking over, right? Our parents are kind of getting older now, and we're kind of like the more lucid generation, I feel like, where we're just kind of like in our prime. All of us, we're talking, us in our late 20s, 30s, 40s, including 50s, who you guys are watching. I mean, we're all gamers here. We're all just like kind of bringing forward this new generation, because for them all this stuff is the norm. But for us, I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, guys, I'm sure some of you had better parents than others in regards to the openness of video games, but our parents, we're just kind of like, what's all this video game stuff? And we're kind of now bringing forth that generation. That's kind of what I talk about in regards to cloud gaming too, and stuff like Stadia. It's like it's going to get to the point where people aren't even paying attention to how they're gaming. They're just going to like launch it off a phone. They're going to launch it off their TV, off any screen. It's just going to start working. It's going to start playing, and they don't even realize the magic of what's going on to get that to work. And you're going to see that slowly transition more and more. Sonny, are you into crypto gaming at all? I was just introduced to crypto gaming by our man Earl, and he literally told me something like that exists. I had no idea what crypto gaming was until like a week ago. I was supposed to look into it, but I haven't had the time, James. So I'm not into it because I don't know much about it. Do you think we will have the Sims game on Stadia? That's a stretch, my man. That's a stretch. I don't know about that one. I'd like to see it. I think that'd be a great game. It's one of those really fun, casual games that can really make some noise, I think, on Stadia for sure. There's a really big casual audience on this platform, so I'd love to see it. Yo, AXL, what's going on? What's your message? AXL, I like Luna better. $5.99. I'm not sure what you were saying with your messages, my man. I'm not trying to ignore you. Just if I miss your message, just repeat it. Just don't spam. That's the only thing. Yo, what's up, Brew? How's it going? I've been looking at getting a Chromebook instead of a Windows laptop. Do you think Stadia runs better over Chrome OS than Windows? That's interesting. Honestly, I only have my experience with a Chromebook on my one Chromebook, and it runs pretty amazing, and it looks really good. Like, it's shocking. I have the Pixelbook Go, and I got it last year, and it's insane. It's insane. It's literally like, if all you do is game on Stadia, it's very viable. So if you want to go that route, definitely do it. But regular Windows, like just a normal laptop, I mean, will still run Stadia just as good. I can't really speak because I haven't messed with a laptop in a long time. I'm looking to buy a laptop in the next year, but yeah, I'll let you know when that happens. What's up, Vet Cloud Gaming? What's up, brother? Good to see you. Lamont says he saves 15% on my car insurance. Shane, turn that thing off or I'm taking your controller. Go outside. That's running your brain, your eyes. So many things were yelled at me in my teens. Yep. That sounds like my childhood, Shane. Yep. Oh, you're saying AXL, you're saying you like Luna because it's only $5.99 a month. Gotcha, AXL. That's awesome, man. I'm glad you're enjoying Luna. Queen goes, I obviously love gaming. I wasn't allowed as a child. My kiddo is a hardcore gamer. I'm a fun mom. At least that's what I tell myself. the key is that balance though, right? I feel like there has to be here's the thing. My childhood is weird because I told you I had my dad, but my mother was like essentially me raising my, like I was raised by wolves, I always like to say, because I wasn't with my dad very often, but my mother was very hands off. Like I essentially had no parenting, which is why I've always had issues growing up with authority. You guys should have seen me in high school, in grade school, in my jobs as an guy in his early 20s. I would fight my managers. I've never liked, I'm not good at taking orders. I'm very like, what did you tell me? Like if I feel like somebody is giving me like an order and I just feel it's like, it's not efficient or it's kind of dumb. I guess I'm just going to be blunt. I just feel like it's dumb or something. I would sit there and fight my managers. We're talking retail jobs, nothing super serious. And that's why I've transitioned from like those. I had a lot of retail jobs up until my mid 20s to where I work now, where I work with kids with autism disabilities. And that's humbled me a lot more relaxed, more calm, more patient, obviously, because when you're working with kids with disabilities, but like I was raised by wolves, and I feel like if I had some parents that were kind of like giving me some good balance, encouraging me on my passions, because if you would have searched back in the 2000s, 90s, I mean, somebody was making these Nintendo games, somebody was making these Sega games. You know, I would have encouraged a young Sonny to be like, oh, well, you like video games. What do you think about making video games? Well, somebody's making these video games. Maybe you can get a job in that, you know? So I feel like that's the way I'd go with parenting. Yo, John, all right, gotta go. Wife wants to go. All right, John, hit me up later, my man, or I'll hit you up, and we'll talk some stuff. Have a good one, man, and have a good weekend. Sunny dominating in Dead by Daylight yesterday in Mech stream. Yo, that game is my jam. That's my favorite game on Stadia, without a doubt. Thank you. You guys are giving some awesome recommendations for Chromebooks. Good stuff. Yeah, even a cheap Chromebook with modern Wi-Fi. You're correct, Chris. Even a cheap Chromebook will get it done. Lamont goes, I have flashbacks, so I game under the bed. My wife thinks I'm nuts. What? Lamont, you game under your bed now? Oh my God, Lamont. Lamont, what's going on at your house, my man, where you're running around in your underwear with your Stadia controller, gaming under your bed? This doesn't describe a normal household, my man. Well, I'm starting to get a little worried. Jeff goes, my punishment as a kid was always no gaming. They would take the power cord away from my NES. Yes, that's a good one. I feel you on this, Sonny. Yeah, Chariot. Was amazing playing Ghostbusters on the Commodore. Oh my God. I'd love to. I gotta Google that or YouTube it. I gotta see how that looks. Yo, Rosenthal says, it feels so much easier to play games on Stadia than on PC that I hardly use the hardware on my capable laptop anywhere. Always makes me want to buy more games though. Rip wallet. I know. And the thing with Stadia, man, is all the sales that they've been having lately have just they've been pretty good. At this point, you have so many of the games on sale so often. I'm surprised everyone doesn't own almost all the games that we regularly see. But I hear you on that, man. The wallet. Nature says we should play Killer Queen Black. If you're talking about my streams that I want to do, Killer Queen Black's a really good one. The only thing is I want to try to get games that are very easy to come in and out of. So DJ says I game on everything: gaming laptop, consoles, Android tablet, phone, MacBook Pro, iPad, all capable because of the added cloud gaming options. I appreciate it. Back in the day, it was console or die. Yeah, man, and it's really nice to see the change. It really is, and you're gonna continue to see it. You really are. I mean, pretty soon you're gonna start seeing Xbox launch some stuff that's just gonna be like when the cloud stuff starts to happen, the cloud games, and you start to see the capabilities of what cloud gaming can do in general. We're talking from different devices to even the cloud gaming games themselves. It's definitely gonna be taking over little by little for sure. Cherry Mang says, I had a learning disability. I remember being the only one out of 4th grade class to head over to special ed class. I can never forget that. Yeah, it's funny because I talked about that school earlier. Growing up in that school, even though it was a private school, they would separate us. There was like a smart there was like the AP type kids, right? They were like the smarter ones. And then there was the rest of us. And it's funny because I remember them like separating us and knowing that us dumber kids were going to the dumber, like the slower stuff. And I laughed because I was at the top of the slower group. And then it got to the point where they were like, should he have been in the slower group? Maybe he should have been with the AP, but it was already so far gone, and I was so behind that they never actually. And the school was very like from year to year, and they would just resume from where you were last year. So because I had the same classmates for 3 years, so I was never able to go up to the other class. So it's just funny that you're mentioning that, because you're talking about kind of like you had to go to a special ed class. That's kind of how I felt as well. Queen Rach says it's hard to balance for sure, but I definitely did a 180 from my upbringing. We even game together. Apparently my gaming taste has had an influence. Yeah, it's funny because a lot of times I've noticed this with myself, with my little brother. You know, as we grow older, you know, and a lot of you are parents will definitely know what I'm talking about. Even though technically not a parent, we do tend to overcompensate, I feel like, for what we were missing in our childhood, and sometimes we overdo it. You know, and I do feel like my little brother, he games more than he probably should. He and it's tough because, you know, he does have he has a disability, you know, he has autism, so it's even harder for me to kind of know the balance. But, you know, I do play with him and challenging him, getting him to read stuff on there. There's definitely ways you can do some education stuff there too, even with gaming. So Iru says, other than Ubisoft, will there be any other companies pairing with Stadia by the end of the year? I don't think by the end of the year, Ru. I think at this point, in terms of other companies, it would have to be, we would have to wait till next year to see if there's anything else. So JFlow, today we're giving out what's the game called? Katamari Damacy, and we're giving it out soon. We are going to give this out in the next 10 minutes. We're going to cut the stream short today because I got to go to the airport. Chris goes, rip wallet, Stadia sales. Yep. But yeah, Rue, it wouldn't be till next year if we hear about any other companies, and I personally have not heard of any other companies. I wish I could play cloud gaming, but I have no money. Well, there's the free to play, man. AXL, you can do GeForce Now. They have a free tier. And Stadia also has free games you can play as well. You can play Destiny 2. You can play Super Bomberman. What else is there free? You can play Creta, I think, free to play. So there's definitely games you can play free at AXL. You don't need any money. Stadia has been released on the Atari console. They should do a deal and release an Atari retro games. Stadia hasn't technically been released on it, right? Hasn't it been more like, or has it? Has it been more like you can stream cloud services from the Atari console? I'm not too familiar with it. Cherry says it was rough, and knowing NYC was in the 90s. Yeah, man. I grew up in Chicago in the poorer areas. My dad still lives in those areas. He chooses to live there. In the Hispanic area with, you know, a lot of gangs, a lot of stuff like that. And I grew up in both the black and the Mexican neighborhoods growing up. So life has definitely changed for me since then. You know, I live in like nicer areas here in Arizona. And that's something that I have tried to strive for, to kind of, you know, experience a life of not hearing gunshots every night, because that's how it would be for me growing up. So I hear you on that, man. Living in those cities was tough in a lot of ways, challenging in a lot of ways. Lanky says, hey, Sonny, how you doing? I'm doing really good, Lanky. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I got to go pick up somebody from the airport. The game is called Calamari to Fancy, Jeff. Is there a chance that the new GTA 5 will come to Stadia? Yes, Hef. I think there's a good chance. I think there's a really good chance GTA 5 will come to Stadia. When it'll come to Stadia, with it being delayed at this point, I wouldn't be shocked we won't see it to the end of next year. But yeah, I think there's a really good chance GTA 5 will come to Stadia. AXL says it says you need a payment method. I think there's a way to get around it, AXL. I think there's a link to Destiny 2 where you can get around a payment method. Jeff says, I grew up with the Atari games and they are pretty bad if you play them now. At the time they were great. The Atari games are like, you can't even say they're bad though. because they were from so long ago. The concepts of gaming were so foreign. I have very fond memories of playing Atari games because of my grandma's, my step grandpa. I have a step grandpa, and he owned an Atari. And well after like we were playing Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, every time I went to his house, I'd game on the Atari. And man, I remember those games vividly. They would be terrible, to play now, but those games are still fun. There's still some fun. Ryan says, look forward to the Pixel 6 Pro. Off topic, we'll be using it to play Stadia. That's awesome, Ryan. I wish I could do some testing with Stadia on the Pixel 6 Pro. I keep talking to Google. I've emailed the Google, like not Stadia, Google, the Google reps to give me some love with the Pixel Pro. I'll even mail it back to them just so I can try it out on Stadia, and they don't give me any love. They'll respond to me, and then they won't respond back when I ask for like a phone to test out and make a video on it. So that's been the only crap. I keep reaching out to them, but they're not giving me any love. I'd love to test out Stadia on the Pixel 6 Pro though. I think that'd be a great video. Yo, Rosenthal says, I got the Chromecast Ultra with the Premier Edition. Don't have a TV though. Is gaming on a TV a lot better than on a laptop? No, it depends. A lot of people love gaming on a TV just because they're used to it. For me personally, I actually have a problem with a massive screen. I'm not used to it. I'm so used to, I've been now playing on over a decade and a half on smaller screens that a bigger screen kind of jars me depending on which game. Like if it's a shooter, like it's almost too big. It's too much, you know? So it's just preference. I wish you guys could lend some money. Come on, AXL. Did anyone get an email inviting back to subscribe to Stadia Pro? And are they giving a free Stadia Premier Edition? Yes, Lanky. They are. Yes, Lanky. Well, congratulations, Lanky. By the way, if you guys haven't already, and you're from Lanky, can you tell us in the chat, where are you from? Are you from the UK? And when you say you got yours yesterday, you mean to tell me they already mailed your Stadia Pro Premier Edition? Andrew says, I love the Sega Master System. That was the first proper console. That one's old school too. I don't think I ever played on the Sega Master System. We're not talking about the Sega Genesis, right? We're talking about the one before that. Yo, MM2K, what's up, man? How's it going? Eli says, I prefer playing with a mouse and keyboard. Yep, me too. Michelle says, hey, Sonny, do you think Alan Wake Remastered will come to Stadia? Michelle, who makes Alan Wake? Hold on, let me look that up real quick. You're talking about the remastered version. I did hear about the remastered version. Oh, Remedy. Okay, Epic Games. Epic Games is a publisher. Microsoft, Xbox. It's coming out for Xbox One, 360, and PC. I would say no then. I would say I don't think that one would come then. It looks like it says the publishers are both Epic and Microsoft. So my guess is you won't see it. Or you would see it for Stadia. So, yo, Kamarley, we have a new member. I think I've gotten some new members and I'm not getting the notifications. Kamarley, welcome back, my man. I don't know why I'm not getting notifications today, guys. My stuff's messing up. Give me a second. Let me check this out because I could have sworn I saw a new member earlier. And I'm only seeing the notifications off my OBS, which is not helpful. All right, so... Oh, maybe you re-upped. Okay, cool. Thank you again, Kamarley. I don't know if Kamarley's watching or not. Too bad. I love Control on Stadia. Control on Stadia is awesome. Is Stadia also not giving you any love with a potential interview or anything, Sonny? I've only reached out to Jack Buser, and I got the same email I always get. So no, I've only reached out to Jack. I haven't tried to reach out to anybody else for an interview yet. Interviews are not typically my thing, but I would love to do it. I think if I were to do an interview, I would just talk to somebody and just be a gamer, just somebody who's been following Stadia and all the million questions I have. It would just be me doing that. It'd be like, yo, so what's going on with this? And that would be like, it'd be very chill, wouldn't be very formal. I don't even think it'd be a good content, a good video. But I did try to reach out to Jack before he left, just to see if he'd get back, and he didn't. Eli says, I'm from Denmark. I unsubscribed last month and didn't receive any. Okay, you didn't receive an email. Okay. Did Lanky, did you tell us where you're from, my man? Like which country? I'm from London. Okay, so it is. That's another UK. I got the email saying if I. Okay, so yes, if you're from London, I'm London. If you're from the UK, and you have been out of Stadia Pro, you haven't been using it. Check your emails because you will get this email and you can get a free Stadia Premier Edition. Adela says I got into gaming thanks to my sister. Oh, awesome. My first console was an NES clone, and then my sister got a Sega Genesis. Yes. Mega Drive here in Spain, and I adored that console. I collect Sega games nowadays. That's awesome. Adelith, have you ever played... man, I'm drawing a blank. Why? It's like a cyberpunk game. It was like Cyberpunk 2077 before Cyberpunk 27 became a thing. And I hate that I'm drawing a blank right now. But it's literally like you go from... You can take on random jobs. You have to like hack into systems... I love that game on Sega. It's literally my most fondest memories of gaming, period. And I know they made some remade versions of it within the last 5 years, but it was like nothing like the Sega Genesis version. It sucked. So I have fond memories too of playing Sonic on Sega. I have more memories of Sega than I do with the NES, because I don't think I owned the NES. I only used it when I would go to other people's houses, so I had a lot of Mario action. Tub says I gotta purchase Control on Stadia eventually. I would hold off on that. My favorite Genesis game was Herzog Zwei? Herzog Zwei? I've never heard of that. Edela says my sister and I bond a lot thanks to gaming. That's awesome. That's awesome. Lamont, what first cheap NFL tickets now free Premier Editions? That's right, Lamont. They're giving out free stuff, free Premier Editions, my man. It's German. Oh, okay, gotcha. Shane says still haven't had confirmation on my CCU versus the Chrome input accuracy. I mean, what's the issue, Shane? I actually saw some messages on Twitter where people were saying that they're actually getting better performance now, or they feel like they're potentially getting better performance lately with the input latency. Like they feel like it's improved between the controller. Are you experiencing that, or are you experiencing the opposite? Jeff goes, my favorite game growing up was Zelda Link to the Past. It literally killed the whole summer. That and Chrono Trigger. Nice, Jeff. Nice. I think you guys missed my teaser there. That's good. I'm glad you guys missed it. I teased something. Yeah, guys. So I was reading what you're saying, Jeff. Zelda Link to the Past was my first. I think it was my first Zelda. Yeah, that's the one where it's on the original Game Boy, right? And that was the first game I ever beat from start to finish. And I had to have been, what, 7 years old? 6 years old? Like, I was young when I beat that game, when I got it and beat it. Lamont says you're moving to London to get that free Premier Edition. Andrew says I had a Sega Game Gear with a Master System adapter, so I only had to buy one game for the two systems. Nice. Okay, I didn't know that existed. I'm getting better performance on Chrome with the controller wirelessly connected than on CCU. So okay, Shane, this is now the third time I've heard of this now. This is from separate people. This was on Twitter. I didn't see this from you. So people are getting better performance. What is going on over there? Google's doing some magic, guys. They're doing some magic. I have been playing hardwired with my controller. Yeah, I have it. Okay, you can't even see it. I have it, and now it just disconnected. I had it connected to my computer. So my Stadia controller's been hardwired. And the reason was that is because it's always dead. So it's always dead. It never has battery. So it was hardwired. And then I mostly play keyboard and mouse. So I would have not have noticed these differences that some of you guys have been saying. Thank you, guys. Yes, let's get to 100 likes. Thank you for that, Eli. I really appreciate it. Oh, you guys are talking about the adapter. Nice. Lanky says, I actually subbed to this month at one. Oh, Lanky, I don't know what you were saying there, my man. Did you sub to Pro? That's awesome, my man. That's awesome. Yo, Andre, greetings from Romania. I hope you're doing well, Andre, and greetings from here in the States. I'm in the closet hiding from my drunk dad. All right, Excel. Are you trolling us? You trolling, my man? I still prefer the CCU because it looks better, but input accuracy for things rhythm-based or very sensitive things like PUBG or Destiny 2 or multiplayer. What do you say? What do you mean by butt input latency? As in, like, it's better or worse? Or what do you mean by butt input latency? It's funny looking into the past, talking about Sega, Atari, Dreamcast consoles. Now it's PS or Xbox in the future. Will it be cloud, and who will be in the limelight then? You know, it is funny to see how the evolution has come, Mike. So I'm with you on that. It's been crazy, and it's just gonna get crazier, man. Eli says, what do you think of Merrick's Market? So I've seen more people playing it. I did get a key for it, but it's from like this new website, and I'm not comfortable because I don't think I have the time to cover Merrick's Market. So I haven't gotten the key, and I think I'm probably going to reject it. But from all accounts, it looks fun. It looks fun, and again, it's another. I've been saying it looks like Overcooked. I've been hesitant to say it's like an Overcooked clone, only medieval, but it looks like a fun title. I'm glad that they're getting a lot of love on Stadia. Oh, Lanky says, wow, that's crazy. Lanky says, I usually sub every month, but this month wasn't great for me. And then Google made me subscribe with the offer. Lanky, have you only been unsubscribed for like a month from Stadia Pro? Yo, King Sire, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Yeah, I wish I can give you like a tag, King. Just thought I'd show some love to the dawn of cloud gaming. Thank you, King, brother. I haven't kept up, my man. Have you dropped any more music videos? We got to check those out. King, man, his workout videos, my man putting out music, awesome music videos. Oh my goodness, King is the man. Thank you for that, King. Yeah, he might be trolling. AXL might be trolling. If you're not trolling AXL, you should hop into the Discord and talk to some mods. Input latency on the Chrome Plus wireless control is noticeably better than my Chromecast Ultra hardwire. Test it out later, you'll be surprised. All right, we'll definitely do some testing for sure, because you are not the first person, and this is even separate. I'm seeing multiple people now on Twitter mentioning that they are getting somehow better experience, which is weird because I feel like the experience is nearly flawless for me. So I'm curious as like what noticeably better is. Like, I'm super interested in this, so we'll have to check that out. Lamont, you're gonna love King's content. King's content's awesome. I have been subscribed to Stadia Pro since day one. Never unsubscribed to them. Shame on me, I guess. That's kind of how I think a lot of people feel, Bob. To know that a lot of us have been like, because I noticed some people message yesterday. They were like, "Wait a second, I've been with Stadia Pro this whole time. When do I get some love too?" But don't worry, don't worry. If you're here's what I think is going on. Stadia Pro has been expanding the last couple months. And next month, I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be a good Stadia Pro month. And then you factor in all these Stadia Pro changes. I think they're just trying to get people back because there's some noise. There's some noise to get excited for with Stadia Pro. So I think that's why they're roping you guys in right now. Plus, they probably had some extra stuff. So it's just shame Stadia isn't available in Mexico yet. Yes, Angel Jesus Beltran Bayeles. Angel, yes, I'm with you on that. We definitely need to see it in Mexico. I've been very vocal on my gaming experience in Mexico, and I think Mexico is a great market for Stadia and cloud gaming in general. Anderson, hi Sunny, what's the topic? Heard about the free Premier Edition for non-pro users. Yes, if you have been unsubscribed, I think if you've been a Stadia Pro user before, they've been given out, if you've lived in the UK, they've been giving out Stadia Premier Editions free. They've been sending out emails to entice people to come back to Stadia Pro. They have to resubscribe and they get a whole Stadia Premier Edition free. It's been nuts. But so far the promotion hasn't been anywhere else that I've seen. The experience is flawless on the CCU for most single player games. I see what you're saying. But when precising timing, okay, I see what you're saying. But now you're saying that it's so much better. I kept hating on the Avicii game because I couldn't get the timing right. Have you played what's that game called? I linked it the other day. The other rhythm-based game. I'm like drawing a blank. Any real tactical stealth coming? Chris, about a real tactical stealth game coming to Stadia? I haven't heard about that. Move to London. Just Shapes and Beats. Yes, Eli. Just Shapes and Beats. That's the game. That's the game. All right, guys. You guys ready for this giveaway? All right, here we go. We're almost at the end of this stream. So we're going to give this about 60 seconds. No, let's give this 2 minutes. We're going to give this 2 minutes. If you haven't already, exclamation raffle. So this is the way the rules work. Exclamation raffle in the chat. If you already did it, don't do it again. We're going to give away Katamari Damacy today. What else? You're going to want to, if you do win this, you're going to have to join our Discord. Join our Discord anyways, because our Discord is amazing. Like, super active. I think we have one of the most active cloud gaming Discords, period. Like, period. So, you want to join, and you can keep up with all the news there as well. Like, before anybody gets videos out on it or anything, it's very good to keep up on news, because even if you're GeForce Now, xCloud, everyone always talks about the news right there. All the stuff gets there. So join our Discord if you haven't already. But if you do win today's giveaway, join the Discord and message Granite. He is the keeper of the game codes for Stadia. And yeah, the members, by the way, are getting 5 tickets today. And we're going to keep these 5 tickets for a while. And if a non-member wins today, that is going to be almost, I think, 2 months in a row where a non-member has won a Stadia game. So stay tuned. And again, guys, we have a lot of big stuff coming up on the channel. I mean, we're going to celebrate. We're going to do a celebration stream when I get 20,000 subscribers. And we're also going to do a charity stream here in the months ahead. And I'm very excited for that. So really appreciate if you guys can hit that thumbs up as well. Subscribe if you haven't. We have a lot of stuff that I'm giving away. I'm giving out controllers as well. I think that's going to be for the charity. I'm kind of saving all the super good stuff for the charity stream, so that way we can give back as much as we can. Yeah, you only need to do exclamation raffle once. Lanky says they may be rolling out the offer to other countries. Yeah, you know, Google can definitely do that. They might roll out to one. I would be shocked if we see it here in the States. But yeah. Yeah, Just Shapes and Beats is an amazing game. Angel, it says you're the best, Sonny. Thank you, Angel. Really appreciate that. All right, another 30 seconds, guys. Real quick, let me know in the chat, guys, what game are you playing on Stadia right now? Can I get a head count? What are we playing? What are we playing? Before we pull this giveaway, I'm giving you guys about another minute. We're going to pull this giveaway, give out another awesome Stadia game. Again, check out awesome creators that we have here as well. Check out Amon. Check out Queen Rach. Check out my man MM2K. He was just here in the chat. Clive. Rainbow Six Siege. PGA Golf. Okay, Adalith. How are you enjoying Rainbow Six Siege? Lanky's playing Spiritfarer. Spiritfarer is an awesome indie game, by the way. Bob Joe is playing FIFA, maybe in anticipation for FIFA 22. Cyberpunk. Okay. Cyberpunk. Yo, I've been hopping into Cyberpunk. Within the last couple months, I've hopped in a couple times on Stadia. I still have fun with that game, but there was definitely some changes. They definitely have changed the game quite a bit. I just bought Dead by Daylight while watching this stream. Jack, get ready to have an insane amount of fun on that one, dude. Destiny 2, Streets of Rage, nice. Yo, we got another dono. Bad Gamer Skill coming in with the 5 and the hype. Really appreciate that hype, Bad Gamer Skills. Thank you for the 5. And what's up, my man? Good to see you. Thank you for the 5. I don't know if Bad Gamers has ever really talked in chat, but I really appreciate the 5. It means a lot, man. Thank you. Ghost Recon Wildlands from Kamarly. Good to see you, Kamarly. I was trying to say what's up to you earlier. Tetris. No, Tetris is not the future. Judgment. Amir's playing Judgment. All right. Marvel Avengers, of course, and Zombie Army 4. That's like, you're always playing Zombie Army 4. I didn't realize that game had so much replayability, Rach. That's insane. Angel says, I've been playing Fallen Order. It's really amazing how good it runs on Stadia. That's awesome, Angel. Yes. Jedi Fallen Order is one of those games. Somebody was asking me earlier what game to highlight. That's definitely one that needs to be highlighted. I love how it plays on Stadia. Hitman 3, by the way, I really need to get back into Hitman. I have not beaten. I didn't even finish beating the first campaign. I haven't even jumped into Hitman 2, and then I did play some of Hitman 3 for content stuff, and I gotta get Hitman is just an amazing game. Oh my god, it's so fun. We can't stop laughing. My friend and I are about to play as we suck at the game. All right, guys. Immortals Phoenix Rising by Steve. Oh my goodness. Watch Dogs Legion and Red Dead Redemption. I love you guys telling me all these games you guys are playing. That's friggin' awesome. Jeremiah says he's almost done with Grime. Okay. Jeff says, add me on Siege. Jeff Moses Jr. Add Jeff Moses Jr., guys, if you're playing Rainbow Six Siege. Rainbow Six Siege convinced me I need a mouse. Good stuff. All right, guys, let's go. The Crew 2. Mike, you're playing The Crew 2. Nice. Immortals Phoenix Rising, man. That's a game I always had trouble getting into. Okay, let's do this giveaway. Let's go. We're going to close the entries. We have 164 tickets today, 88 users. We have a crap ton of tickets because we have a crap ton of tickets from the members. So let's see if a member wins today. So here we go. We're going to close this. Let's pick our winner. Let's see who's the winner. How do I say this? Sunny. Wait, how do I say it? The next person on the Price is Sunny. All right, let's see who the next winner is on the Price is Sunny. Words are hard for me today. Here we go. And Johnny Bravo. I don't think Johnny Bravo is a member. Is Johnny Bravo in the chat? Is Johnny Bravo in the chat? I think this thing might be cursed for members, man. You guys have 5 tickets and nobody can win it. I don't think Johnny Bravo's a member, is he? Let's see. Let's give it a second. We'll give him about a minute. If he doesn't respond, you got to be really quick. And he is here. Johnny, didn't you win not that long ago? This thing's starting to look rigged, but not on my end, from Streamlabs' end. Oh, Johnny Bravo is a member. Okay, good. A member one. Johnny, you are a member. Thank you. So we finally got a member. He is a member. Congratulations, Johnny. Thank you, Johnny, for becoming a member, my man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There it is. So we finally got a member to win one of these. Literally, we were going almost on 2 months. So Katamari Damacy is the game that you're winning today, my man. Guys, we are not too far from some awesome stuff here. And get ready, guys. You guys are going to be really excited. Again, let me repeat myself. In the next couple weeks, you guys are going to be really excited for a lot of stuff. So just get hyped. Nothing completely new or mind-blowing, but just the general amount of content. Not my content. I'm talking about Stadia. The amount of stuff Stadia is going to come throwing at you guys here. Get ready for a lot of fun. That's all I can say. And for all the rest of the cloud services, a lot of stuff as well. So I'm going to head out today. I got to go to the airport and pick someone up. This has been a blast. How does one become a member? By hitting the join button. Congratulations to Johnny Bravo. And again, thank you. I'm glad a member won today. Congrats to Johnny. All right, guys. Have a good one. I'll see you guys next week. Have a lot of fun. I'm reading some of your guys' stuff. Have a great sunny day. Appreciate it. Appreciate the buys, guys. As always, guys, I'll see you in the clouds. Take care, everybody. See you next week. Much love.